Hi, welcome to Black Amethyst Oracle. This is Carmen. Today I want to look into your energy, the energy of your heart, your needs, your wants, desires, and the ways that the connection on your mind, a connection that occupies space in you, be it past, present, or a blend of both, the effects that it's having on your heart and in your life and on your growth. So I have 3 groups and I'll introduce you to those, but I also am going to do another little different sort of thing. I'm going to use my ecliptic playing cards, and I've pulled the royals, which are 12 cards, one for each zodiac sign. So the idea here is, if you know your moon sign, that may be your group. I'm going to get 4 signs for each group, and you may feel that your moon sign is in the group that you are liking initially based on the stone in the deck here. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. It's all up to you in the end, but it's something I'm adding as a layer of knowingness and a layer of the energy. So I think it might work. And I'm going to get some more oracles on the live shuffling intro for you. I think I'll show you those, and then you can, use those as well. So it's going to be a bit of a lengthy process to get us to the group selection. And if you have the patience to stick it out, that's fantastic. And then I'll insert a still. I think I'll insert one of just this, and then I'll do one with the zodiac cards as well. All right, or at least I intend to. Don't hold me to it. Let's get started. This group 1 today, 1 is moonstone. My lighting is awful, so it doesn't really catch the flash and the beauty. And yes, I like raw stones, and doesn't seem as fancy, but I like them a lot. And this is the ORIENS Animal Tarot for 1. So moonstone and ORIENS Animal. For number 2, we have Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot deck. And this I'm primarily choosing for the pink tourmaline. It also has lepidolite and some quartz, but this particular piece has quite a bit of pink tourmaline, so that's my real focus here. And then for number 3, we have the Naked Heart Tarot, and this is Angel Aura. Can you go in there? Angel Aura. Okay, so these are all really beautiful in my opinion. So it's hard. I know it can be difficult. Let's go a little deeper and get you some cards. Let me get some space. That should be okay, right? All right. Okay. Group 1 moonstone. Give me a moon sign for group 1 moonstone. This is Aquarius. Give me a moon sign for group 2. Pink tourmaline. Cancer. And for 3, with the Angel Aura, a moon sign for Angel Aura 3. Pisces. You know what? I hope the lighting is okay. I'm really struggling because when I turn on my overhead light, it's so yellow and makes a glare. Anyway, okay. So let's go to number 2 again. A moon sign for number 2, pink tourmaline. A moon sign for tourmaline. It's Capricorn moon. And for number 3, a moon sign, angel aura quartz. Oh my goodness. All right, let's go. Taurus. Back to number 1, a moon sign for this moonstone, number 1. A moon sign for this moonstone, number 1. Scorpio. That's my moon. Okay. A moon sign for number 3, angel aura. We have Gemini. A moon sign for number 2, pink tourmaline. Leo. A moon sign for number 1, moonstone. Virgo. Let's go back to 3, angel aura. A moon sign for angel aura 3. Libra. I don't know if that's in there. I'll do my best to work it out in the photo. All right. Let's do moonstone. Moonstone 1, a moon sign. It's Aries. And that leaves moon sign for pink tourmaline number 2, Sagittarius. Okay, I hope these are all in shot, but let me just go over them one more time. And again, I'll try to highlight these in the still better somehow. I like to give myself a lot of work, don't I? Okay, so for number 1, for the moonstone group, if your moon is in Aquarius, Scorpio, Virgo, or Aries, this could be you, if you're drawn to that. For number 2, pink tourmaline, if your moon is in Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, or Sagittarius, that's water and fire, this could be you. Number 3, angel aura, if your moon is in Pisces, Taurus, Gemini, or Libra, this could be you. Okay. Now the next thing I would like to do, I hope those are all in. Can't tell. I'll list them in the thing. I would like to use this Mystic Misfits deck for a vibe about their effect on your heart. This connection's effect on your heart. Tome. Number 2, this connection's effect on your heart. Ooh, Spider. And number 3, this connection's effect on your heart. Rose. Okay. Maybe. And now I have Untamed Elemental. I'm going to go with number 2 first. Number 2, this connection's giving you what type of blessing? Sky. Number 3, this connection is giving you type of lesson? Oof. Octopus. And number 1, this connection is giving you what type of lesson, Moonstone? Ladybug. I don't know why I just had the urge to tell you what you probably already know, but all something just yelled at me that ladybugs are beetles. I don't know what that means. I mean, I know what it means, but I don't know why. I just heard that yelled in my head. Okay, we'll start with number 3 for this one. And this is an animal card about what you're learning, more about what you're learning. Number 3, Angel Aura, learning from this connection. We have Shark. And number 1, Moonstone, you're learning from this connection. Uh-oh. Wolf. That, you know, it's funny because my moon is in Scorpio and I told you that. I got yelled at and I dropped half the deck. What's going on? Okay. Number two, pink tourmaline, finally. What you're learning from this connection. All right. Rabbit. Okay. So that is that. And the next thing I'm going to do is set up a photo for you. I think the best way to do it I'll just go 1, with the whole everything you just got, 2 with everything you just got, and then 3. Okay, and you can take a look. But if you know your moon sign and that's the one you're going with, then you don't need all this. You can skip ahead. All right, see you soon. Hi, group 1. So as you know, I told you I'm a Scorpio moon, which is almost unfair because how can I not feel my own reading here? I'm just gonna tell you, this is I'm feeling it. And so yeah, these are, you may have moon in Aries, Virgo, Scorpio, or Aquarius. And just to talk to you just astrologically for a sec, if those are your moon placements, if one of those is your moon placements, but either way, for the vibe of this reading, when we're talking about your needs being met and the way you find security, if things are going well, you may find that this connection makes you feel inspired to do things, inspired to make things happen, and creatively, sort of in a fiery way, driven to be your best. You may feel that you do a lot of thinking about everything, thinking about the connection, thinking about its place in your life, thinking about you know, this connection in its best form might inspire a lot of thinking outside the box, and a deeper, and also going deeper into understanding things, you know, not just the relationship, but life things. You may be in its best form, this relationship may be fulfilling a deep yearning and desire inside of you, something that you've just intuitively always known that you needed. And lastly, Aquarius moon energy, you in its best form, this connection may be make you feel free to be exactly who you are. Tome is speaking about enlightenment. So, you know, I asked about the effect of this connection on your heart. It's definitely given me the vibe that this is a connection that is teaching you much. And with this wisdom, you know, comes inspiration and new ideas about like where you want to see yourself, you know. And there's also, you know, this card speaks of remaining calm, going steady, patient, slow, and it speaks of devotion. And I think there's just a vibe of this connection really making your heart work for patience and understanding, and just, you know, okay, so these actually tie together really well. Also, it ties into Ladybug, so I'm just going to kind of lead into this. It gives you this sort of like understanding that, you know, things don't always happen or appear in your life the way you might expect. The Ladybug is about miracle, and it's about unexpected support coming to you, and you know, you have to release previously tightly held ideas of how things are supposed to be, how you expect it to look, like how you might expect a divine connection to look, how you might expect your life to unfold, everything about that. Just a little side note, several years ago, I think it must have been 11, 12 years ago, I was connected with, I consider her a friend. We've never met. I was connected to a group of people. We met on sort of a forum discussing psychic matters. It's a whole long story, but anyway, I became sort of a really deeply, intimately acquainted with a group of people there. And I had a dream about a ladybug for this woman. And I told her about it. I told her what I thought it meant. And she got it tattooed on her. And shortly thereafter, she met her person. And they've been going strong ever since. They're married. I see their vacation photos. They seem so genuinely happy and in love. And I just wanted to share that with you, because Ladybug to me is an omen or a portent for really the best luck. You know, I think it's said that Ladybug is lucky, but it's really just like when you least expect it energy. And so this connection may have sort of arrived when you weren't looking for it. Like you were surprised, you know, maybe on first sight you weren't so sure, and then you got to talking with this person and you were like, oh wow. Or like, you know, at some point along the way you might have begun to see or realize this person had come for a reason, you know. And then the wolf trust. I actually have an art piece about that on my Instagram, but it's I always think of the wolf as tribe. You'll hear words like, you know, pack and community and friends, but really, like, for me it's tribe. And for this connection, it's probably just giving you deep in your heart like this sense of connectedness and belonging with, you know, someone that you feel a kindred spirit with, someone you feel like this person is your people, you know, like you're from the same distant cosmos, you know what I mean? And wolf also speaks of, you know, it's important to the pack, you know, to have loyalty and like trust, as I said, and reciprocity, and there's fairness, there's balance, and I think here that this connection is probably teaching you about trusting, um, trusting this person to be honest with you, trusting your ability to communicate your wants, your needs, your love. There's a message about trusting that the call will be answered. You know, like if you think of wolves and the howling and the way they communicate with each other, there's a feeling here that, you know, you almost have to, it's like you have to trust the law of attraction in a way. And listen, I haven't read any books on law of attraction. I just sort of understand it from afar, like from intimately from afar. Like I don't know the lingo, but I understand it well. And I believe that we are pulled toward our people. I believe that throughout not just romantic relationships, but friendships, and also possibly, you know, family. Like I feel that way about my son, who is coincidentally named after, well, a constellation, but also it's the name of the alpha wolf in Jungle Book. So let's see. Have I said everything I need to say at this point? How many minutes in are we? Many minutes. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll just kind of go off and just say that I feel that this is a connection that feels, it probably brings up a lot of deep stuff for you. It probably is on your mind, if not obsessively, but a lot. You know, something that really occupies your, you know that saying, like living rent free in your head. Like, I don't know if it's rent free, but like something, would be a connection that definitely occupies space, past or present, something that you've never really let go of, something that you feel or have felt very deeply. And like I said, something that makes you feel free to be who you are. You may feel recognized by this person. That goes with the wolf and this Aquarius moon. Like this feeling that, you know, this person really gets you and understands you and appreciates you, or at least has. And maybe I think that probably felt really good to you, like felt really right. Like it probably means a lot to you to feel recognized, to feel seen, to feel understood. And that goes to Virgo moon as well. And I think, you know, this Aries energy on this connection is definitely speaking of like an inspiration and a passion that you also appreciate receiving. Like this person or this connection may have inspired you to do what it is you do more of, you know, like more of whatever it is you do. I don't want to go down the list of examples, but a real sort of driven, inspired wave of wanting to do better, wanting to be more of yourself in your life. So hopefully that is true, because those are beautiful things. And this is the best case, you know what I mean? Like these are the better qualities. And when I say better, I mean like the ones that feel right, the ones that feel healthy. This is the stuff that is adding to your emotional life and well-being. We, you know, I guess if I were to say some potential problems would be, you know, if you're too attached to this connection, and it's presenting or manifesting some of its more negative possibilities or traits, you may find unwillingness or inability to do what it is you need to do, or inability to think straight or focus on anything else, inability to feel like you could love anyone else, or you know, move on. It can also give you a feeling that without this person, you are just like if you're without this person, it could also bring up a feeling of like just never being able to really find anyone who could understand you. And so that's what I'm getting on the vibe. And, you know, like I said, it could be past, present, some blend of in between situation. It could be, you know, yeah, I think that said it. Let's move on. Let's move on to this tarot. Okay. What was that? Almost 12 minutes of intro. All right. I'm just going to put it over here in case I need to refer back. I don't know if that's in the shadow. It doesn't need to be. Moonstone. Have you ever heard the song Moonstone by Chibo Mato? Not Moonstone. Moonchild. Moonchild. I think that's what it's called. By Chibo Mato. Cibomato. It's beautiful. I've never tried to link songs that I think of. I've seen that done with other people. I don't want to bite their style. I'm just telling you, you can take a note if you want. Look at me not trying to bite style. Shit. Let's do this. 1 moonstone. Let's look at the heart. The heart of 1 in moonstone. Let's look at this connection. I don't have a plan. I want to know the effect. So listen, another thing is, you know, sometimes when I'm shuffling and pulling tarot cards, I feel compelled to speak. I feel ready to say. Sometimes I feel like I have to. I feel obligated because this is a video and you're watching and waiting. But I intend to, I'm going in, unless I'm compelled, to get a bunch of cards down and then talk, okay? Just so you know, I'm having like an inner conversation with spirit realm. So I ask questions, I get cards, and it might be best if I just kind of catch you up to speed at the end of a few cards, okay? I'm sorry, my phone's just notifying off the hook, and I can't turn it off because I have children out there and stuff in the world. But talk to me about the effect this connection is having on Moonstone. What's heart? Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Swords and Temperance. Six of Pentacles. Is that in there? King of Cups. Nine of Cups. King of Swords. The Chariot. All right, this is beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and stop here. Here's your bottom. King of Pentacles with a bull. I'm gonna keep it. Because here we have King and Queen of Swords. And we have Queen of Pentacles with the bottom being King. So you have two pairs of royals here. Mental and practical matches. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so first of all, with the Queen of Pentacles energy fortified by King of Cups, I would say that this connection, this person's love for you and attention toward you, this person's nurturing and caring for you and support that you have seen to any degree is good for you, is nourishing, it's definitely feeding your growth, or has been meant to, you know. If at times this person has been a little reserved in their sharing of emotion, it doesn't mean the emotions aren't there. Queen of Pentacles, I believe, has to do here also with you learning and holding in your heart your own ability to love unconditionally, your ability to give to someone else, and your desire to give to someone else. It's awakened possibly your desire to be giving and to be so gentle and sweet and loving. There's something very calming about the best of times, you know, that this effect, that this connection has been able to have on your heart. It's very soothing and calming. And I think the times or moments where you have felt even unspoken tenderness and love from this person has been deeply received by you, I would say, and inspired your own ability to give to them. I would say that if it put you in a position of over caring, over giving, you know, there is an element here of things being a little out of balance because you probably expect more in return. And that's over here with Six of Pentacles too, so we'll get to it. But it was also in the Ladybug about, you know, releasing some expectations about how it's supposed to look. And it's a message about remembering that when you, just because you love this way and you give so much and you give all, you know, it looks like this, the ways that another person can give back to you are not necessarily going to look exactly the same. We all do what we can to the best of our abilities and to what, you know, what we want and need too. So, you know, I feel like there's a lot of, it looks like there's a possibility here that this person, although you, I think, trust that they really genuinely care very, very much for you, their ability to show you was not matching your ability to show them. Now we'll go this Queen of Swords, and you know, fortified by this Nine of Cups. I believe that this connection has given you a greater like awareness of your own power and your own sense of how much love you have and how much love you have to give. You know, it's not just these two. I see it echoed throughout. This is a really amazing set of cards. I will just, you know, keep going through in columns, but I do want to say that. You know, Nine of Cups telling me that there is an element of taking care of yourself here. You gaining a more clear ability to, or a more crisp awareness on how to take care of yourself, what it is your needs are, what it is you need to do on your end to make sure that you're giving yourself the same amount of love you're giving to someone else. And then it's also telling me that this is a situation in this connection where maybe this person, I hope these are, yeah, they are, where maybe this person needs more, needs to take care of themselves more. And it could also, it can sometimes mean that they're not as available to you. This Queen of Swords can also be a little chilly sometimes, you know? So like, I get and with Nine of Cups, you know, we've got this dog on this card. I get the sense that this is a person whose thoughts and concern and care for you are never really broken, even if they're not immediately available to you. There is a need in this connection for, on both of your hearts, to be, you know, to remain who you are, and to continually focus on your own, you know, individual sort of like path and growth, and the ways that these two merge is, you know, to be determined and variable upon your situations. But there's certainly a feeling of, you know, love. I mean, just the 4 cards I've discussed so far. Good love, real love, and a love that inspires your mind and inspires your desire to take care of yourself, which I think we talked about with the zodiac cards previously. So Temperance and King of Swords. Temperance, this is beautiful. Temperance is a card you want to see around any bond or connection, in my opinion. This is a healing situation. This is a Temperance speaks of a connection that is inspiring, healing at a very deep level, on a level that we may not even like really see with our own eyes or understand with our minds. You know, it's alchemical, it's base, you know, like it's down in the core, like a core shifting and a core you know, I just pictured like uprooting, you know, like something just being pulled out by the roots. And I mean, this is totally gross, but I went from a tree to a tooth, you know, like if you think of like your molars and how amazingly locked into your jaw they are. I don't know if you've ever had one taken out. I've had 4 taken out, and they are, and I'm not talking about wisdom teeth. It's a big deal. And like, this feels like the type of rooting that that we have in ourselves. Like we are that, I mean, we all have these teeth that are rooted in our jaws, but like to pull on that, it is it's no light event, you know. So this is probably a very, very strong and realistically challenging at times connection, because it is the type of thing, you know, to be moved, to be healed is not usually a comfortable process. So, you know, King of Swords, speaking of just real ownership of, you know, this healing, giving you the gift, you know, of ownership of yourself and of your heart, you know. So when you experience some of the, you know, healing is a beautiful thing in the end, like making gold of all this, but like if it is uncomfortable, which it probably would be, then, or at least at times, or at least, you know, majorly, then this is a gift of you being able to take responsibility for what you need to do and how you need to grow and how you need to heal. This, you know, the King of Swords, speaking of being on top of that and taking care of it and getting it done and being thinker, being more rational about it, understanding, you know, you can have emotions. We've got a crab on this Temperance card, which is very moon, very, very emotional, watery, but at the same time, you know, this sort of like separation of, okay, I feel all this, I feel it, it can take over my life, but at the end of it all, I am the one who drives my life. Like I am the sole person responsible for how I grow, how I heal, acknowledging that it needs to happen or that it is happening, acknowledging that this connection could be more, you know, than meets the eye, and that things may not always look how I would have imagined they would look. If I've met my soulmate, maybe it wasn't supposed, you know, I didn't think it would look like this. I thought we would fall in love at first sight, and I thought we'd be together just from that day forward. Like you think these things because of romanticism, you know, like I'm a deep romantic, so I get it, but like, and we have movies and songs and just depth of feeling all around us, and especially in a world where there's so much harshness, you know, it's, we cling to these ideas and these hopes and these dreams, and we have these ideas that we've crafted since childhood, probably, especially the more sensitive ones of us, especially in touch, excuse me, especially those of us in touch with our feminine, be it girls or otherwise. Like there's a real deep need to satisfy this connection, you know, like this finding your soulmate type of thing. And I think people in this group are really driven by that. And then we have Six of Pentacles, that beautiful giving, sharing, reciprocity, and reciprocity energy. Wow. And Chariot is victory and triumph and like movement and getting there and going forward and being, arriving, you know. So I think, you know, this together is like, it's a work in progress. And I don't feel that giving is really truly in vain. Like when we go back over here with this Queen of Pentacles, where I was saying like you may have felt imbalanced, like you gave more than you got, but but you felt the love was there, they just couldn't give it to you the same way that you give. But also this is just telling me there's in the back and forth between you, in the giving and the sharing, is there's a real desire for it to be right and to be fair. And there's a very there's a driving energy in the giving. So this could also negatively you know, or uncomfortably manifest as back where I said like this giving and not, and it being out of balance. But at the end, you know, I think as long as you're not love bombing, but giving, you know, without expectation, you know, giving without tying it to the victory, tying it to the end game. Like, I'm giving to you because I love you unconditionally. I'm giving to you because you are someone I care about very deeply and want to support. Not because I want to, you know, necessarily, it can be because you want to be standing with this person at the end, but like also just a real strong energy of like, that's not the reason. It's not strings attached reason, right? So King of Pentacles on the bottom, just this overall energy, this connection, probably giving to you the feelings of stability you crave, like the feelings of what you really ultimately would like to finding in a person. Like you've probably been shown like your ultimate kind of like counterpart through this connection, like at least in some part of your mind and heart, this is an idea that you've held onto or had at least for a moment, that this is the type of connection that you were waiting for, that this is the love and the abstract stuff that you wanted to feel. Whether or not it's playing out, you know, in the physical exactly that way, it doesn't look like it entirely is, but this isn't a reading on what's going on in the connection. It's really just how this connection is affecting your heart, because at the end of it all, that's what really matters. I really believe, and I think it's really important that we use these readings to, you know, listen to our intuition and listen to our hearts and find, you know, what we're holding on to and why. And that's what I want to give you today. That's what I wanted to offer you. And if it's any sort of like, you know, encouragement for you, I can tell you, I told you I was in this group with the Scorpio moon. I absolutely feel all of this. I feel this about, you know, my heart and experiences I've had. So, it definitely is beautiful. I would say that this connection on your mind, you know, if I were for a general reading, if I were gonna say it, I would say that this could very well be a soulmate of yours, and you know, time will tell is the vibe I get. It feels slow, it feels measured, it feels intentional, the pulling away and the giving. The self-care involved here is a major factor. You cannot lose yourself in this person, and this person absolutely refuses to lose themselves in you. So I think that's good to know. Yeah, I will just ask one more question that I had in mind. I don't know how I feel about doing it, but I'm going to do it. I wanted to ask, is this person, the energy around this person's ability to meet your needs? Okay? Your emotional needs. Is the other person in this connection's ability to meet Moonstone One's needs? Their ability to meet this person's needs. Their ability to meet Moonstone One's needs. Oh God, it happened again. Seven of Cups. I don't know what to do about all these cards that fell. I'm just leaving them out. Whoa, that one wants to come. All right. The ability of this person to meet Moonstone One's needs. Justice. All right, and the one that got away. So like I dropped this whole group on the floor, and they just felt rejected. And then this one grazed my hand and felt right, and it is Eight of Wands. Okay, so then my message to you regarding whether or not this person has the ability to meet your needs is Seven of Cups, Justice, and Eight of Wands. You may find yourself in a lot of like fantasy energy in this connection. You may dream of them. You may dream of your future together. You may wonder a lot, like what's going on and what's happening and when, how, what, where, why, all of the stuff. You know, you may get carried away and with just your imagination, and you let your imagination go to the darkest of places and the lightest of places. Maybe you've imagined yourself and this person doing like things you can only dream of together, that you feel like you just dream of doing with this person. And then at the same time, your imagination might take you into the depths of despair and like the horrors of how you might feel if something bad happened, or bad, you know. And then with Justice and Eight of Wands, this Eight of Wands is the card of quickness, and it jumped out all by itself. It is a card about being in love and also being in a rush, things happening in a hurry, things, a quick turn of events, shall we say. So like with the Justice and this person's interest in being fair, and doing the right thing by you, and just being very measured about it. Like over here with this Queen of Pentacles, King of Cups energy, where we're talking about them maybe not giving as much as you, they probably want to be able to give as much as you, and to get themselves in a place where they're like level to you, equal to you in every way, like whether it's Pentacles like life way, or love, emotional ability way, like healedness, you know. And then with the Eight of Wands, I think there's a message about things, just unexpected things happening quickly. And I think that that can happen, you know. That speaks to me of free will, and how, you know, any amount of predicting, you know, we really ultimately, there's that ladybug, you know, that unexpected like things showing up. So I think that, you know, overall, this person does have the ability to meet your needs, if they get in the right place. And that said, you also need to be mindful of your expectations, of what you imagine this to be, and how you expect them to present that. And the fact that things can happen really quickly, whether it's something that pulls you away and out of this and someone else into your life possibly, or them just like really getting it together, going through what they need to go through, and being able to like stand beside you as you may have wanted. So that's that. How many minutes was that? 39 and counting. Not bad. Sounds about right. I wish you the absolute best, and do let me know what you think if you would. I really appreciate it. See you next time. Hi to group 2. Chose the pink tourmaline. Chose group 2. Perhaps you have a moon in Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, or Sag. I want to tell you a little bit about what kind of energy I believe that is bringing to our group, and what I'm picking up, and what I just know astrologically. Okay, so the Cancer moon needs to take care of, needs to nurture, needs to give and be sweet. And I think that is there's a bit of an echo here with the spider. Spider also taking comfort in what is familiar, and the home, you know, the home. Cancer gives me home vibes, and I always think of Cancers as like loving their cozy little cove, you know. So on the heart level, the energy of the wants and needs here has to do with, you know, feeling secure in creating a space that is just really intimate and safe. And anyway, yeah, I just saw that echo. We'll get to the spider more. Capricorn moon, similar to what Leo as moon is too, like this need to build and create, this need to make, this need also echoed in the spider, the web building and the creativity, this need to expand, this need to build something that is substantial, Capricorn earth energy, like building a home, build home, Cancer home, building a, you know, something to call their very own, feeling pride in the work that they have done. This is a need that this group may feel, is that you know, feeling secure in creating security, to be quite frank. And then, you know, with the Leo is a little more creative, like the flair on it, like this need to, for things to feel good and look good, and to give your ego something in return, you know, like to this need to feel supported through what you build around yourself, you know, in whatever ways that comes and what that is. Like, I don't know, I don't want to go off the rails on examples, but the need to feel that what you're doing and what you're making and creating with regard to this connection is something that is bringing out your best, and, you know, really shining sunshine on your lives together. And then Sagittarius moon bringing to this group the energy of needing to explore, needing to take it farther, needing to keep moving, needing to keep growing, needing to you know, the seeker, the need to, did I say expand, you know, this real eyes on the prize. And it goes really well with the Cap and Leo building and creating vibes, and even, you know, what I was saying about Cancer, like there's a real across the top here, all the moon energy here of these signs is the heart's true need and desire to create something that the gift that keeps on giving, and and something that just keeps going forward and gets better and better. Okay. Now those might be things that you might say, like, well, doesn't everybody want that? Well, this is specific to you as more than maybe someone else. Something that's just utmost, you know, prioritized, shall we say. Yeah, like I said about the spider, I felt that echo here, like the home, the Cancer, the Capricorn and the Leo, the building and the creating. The spider does that. And the eyes on the prize, the Sag, the spider does all that. So, you know, another message from spider is, you know, in its best manifestation, this is a connection that provides those things, or hints of those things, or pieces of those things, or all of those things in its best. In its, you know, more negatively expressed ways, this connection has the you know, the power to kind of take away those things and to leave you feeling trapped and stuck, and to mess with your feeling of security, and you know, leave you feeling this, you know, if things aren't going great in this connection, or weren't, or didn't, or whatever state you're in, it can leave you feeling uncared for, or that, you know, everything you built is crumbling, or that you're not attractive enough, or good enough, or that you're boring. You know, those are just some of the things that I see here, you know, through this, and in the energy of this particular group. There's a lot of I mean, to say self-worth, you know, that is in our moon. You know, there's a lot that we base our feelings of ourself, a lot of our feelings about our self-worth, and our you know, what we have to offer to anyone or the world, are sort of rooted in the heart and the moon energy. So I think all in all, there's a consistent vibe throughout the cards I've discussed so far that is telling me this could be this vibe has a very mental energy so far, and I haven't even started telling you about these. But a real, like, getting obsessive, possibly. In its worst, this connection could cause you to be a bit of obsessive. This connection could trigger that, you know, if things aren't going well, or looking how you would like, or, you know, something like that, thought you would like. So then let me talk about sky. This particular sky card is about, like, well, it's about lucidity. It's about, you know, light and clarity and truth, and big time air, you know, which is mental energy, like I was saying. And let's see, fire, earth, water. There's no air up there. But that said, you know, this is like, it's like an awareness of everything. Like the sky, where does it end and begin? You know, it's such this strange, what is the sky, right? Like, it's just, it's so, there's so, it's so pervasive. I don't know the right word. Like, this feeling that the sky is endless, and yet, you know, where do we touch the sky, you know? Like, I know I'm going on a little thing, but, like, there's a lot of curiosity and, like I said, mental energy, thought energy going into this connection. There's a lot of this connection opening up thoughts, opening up the mind, opening up an awareness, and hoping for truth. And I think, you know, when I asked, these two in particular had to do with what the connection is, you know, teaching you. So I would say that this is speaking of being empowered to understand the relationship between your thoughts and emotions. Just because you think it doesn't mean it's what you feel, and just because you feel it doesn't mean, like, it's how it has to be. And, like, there's this whole thoughts and feelings and actions, as we know, they're all separate, you know, things. But this is, like, I think this connection could be teaching you just the expanse of, like, what thinking, the power of thinking, like the way we can let our thoughts, you know, kind of control our emotions, shall we say. Like, it's really like how you look at it, how you think about it, you know. You can have emotions that sit separately and dwell within you, and you can actually manipulate your own emotions with your thoughts. And I just feel like this group in particular is having a lot of learning around the softness of that relationship between thoughts and feelings, like the sensitivity, shall we say, between the two, like the way they influence each other, the way they bring out the best or the worst, right? Like, if there is obsessive energy, thinking energy, a lot of thought, you can't get your mind off this, you know, that type of thing, that is shaping what you believe you feel, you know. But maybe feeling is, you can set that, you know, where it belongs, and allow feelings to exist, and not attach you know, rationality to that, and still move through your thought processes, acknowledging that you have feelings, but acknowledging like truth and the reality of situations, and the wild versatility of the way you control the way you go about your life, and like growing and living, like the way it's really how you shape it, you know what I mean? It's really what you make it. So when we talk about making and building and creating up here with these guys and this spider, like what you're thinking is what you're ultimately creating. And your emotions sit and are there, but are they like, you know, the same? No. Like, it's like you have to, oh gosh, I feel like I don't know how to talk about this sort of thing. I'm not a psychology person, but I do know that, you know, what you think it has to do with like well, it's partly manifestation and attraction, but definitely, what are those? There are all these sayings about like think it and it will be type thing. Like, I don't know if that's one, but like what you invest your thinking about. Like, if you focus on having less, or a lack mentality, if you have a lack mentality, that's sort of like what you believe you have, because it's sort of how everything looks around you. Like, your perspective basically is shaped by your thinking, and you feel like you don't have control of your thinking because you have all these emotions that are driving them. But you have to separate that, you know, it's okay, you have these feelings, you have these emotions, and they live here and they exist, but they are not your thoughts and they are not your decisions. They just influence you. And to what degree are they influencing you? In a good healthy balanced connection here, you would be feeling feeling like the things you're doing are getting you where you need to be, and that you don't necessarily like see the edges, you know, like as far as like this sky card, and I was saying like, where does it touch us, and where does it end? You know, at what point does the sky become not the sky? Like, it's really just, it's so deep to think about. And it just really speaks to me. The fact that my brain is even doing all this stuff right now just really speaks to the energy of this connection, bringing up this Sag energy, this seeker thirst and hunger for like understanding and reaching. My goodness, I'm sorry about my phone going off constantly. I've got it quiet. Maybe I should put it on vibrate. I just have to be able to hear if an emergency happens with my kids. Okay, let me go into rabbit here. This rabbit, if you think of a rabbit, the book for this deck, you know, assigns rabbit the fear and worry aspect. You know, like, there are these little prey animals, and they're just so practically defenseless in every way, and like they're just so sweet and gentle and just like food. And not to me, I've never eaten a rabbit, but like you know, there's that sort of like gentle, timid, afraid aspect, and this card is speaking about, you know, this connection giving you the ability to heal your fear, like heal where you have insecurities and fear and anxiety, and also in its worst form, bringing all of that up, which sometimes it has to come up to get healed. So I would also venture to add that I know that rabbit is also a very love and romantic symbol. It's a very much about, I can't remember there was something I knew very long ago about a particular belief around rabbits that has to do with like I think I blocked it out because I tattooed it on myself and then had it covered up because it had to do with someone. But anyway, it has to do with like vulnerable love, you know? So there is that fear aspect, but also just this giving of itself kind of love, like almost sacrificial. So I think that that's an element here at play, but you know, that could be. And I think that this reading in itself is looking at, you know, as in astrology, when we look at traits, we look at their more positive presentations and their less positive beneficial appearances, you know, and the way that they manifest and show up and affect you. So if in its best, this connection is looking like one that offers you a sense of security, a sense of home. You may feel that this is your home person, you know, like you feel at home with them. You feel that they are your home. You may feel that what you two can create and build together is a beautiful thing and a real, like real life practical what word do I want? Getter, like obtainer, like like a web, like that what you could build together is a real life big attractor, like big power duo energy, you know. And then you may just feel like I said, really inspired to think big, think bigger, and seek better, and just always ascend and together is something that I would say. But then in its less pleasant presentation, this connection can trigger the loss of those things, like the loss of what is home, and this feeling of having nowhere to go or to put your love, or this feeling that what you've built is not as secure as you would like it to be or you thought it was, or this feeling of not knowing what to do with yourself and how to move forward. So, you know, there's like the trapped feeling and the fear feeling. So I definitely see the duality of possibilities here being pretty extreme, like fully empowering connection versus like disabling connection, you know? I don't know if that made tons of sense or not, but that's where we are. And I also think I just talked for like twice as long. So let me go into tarot. Twice as long as the first readings, first part. And we're gonna just look at what this connection is, you know, the effect it's having on your heart, and what you may be getting from it. Very different energy for me as the reader than the first. Very mental, very thought-based. This connection, I can tell you, I feel that it is creating a lot of mental energy, for better or worse. Mental in like I can take on the world, and mental as in totally obsessed and I can't get this shit out of my head. I feel like it could go either way, and possibly has been both ways. All right, let me get my energy infusion. I call this infusion. Group 2 pink tourmaline. Group 2. I'm gonna lay the cards down and then talk to you, catch you up. I'll have inner conversation with spirit to get these out, and talk to you when that's done. Effect of this connection on the tourmaline root 2's heart. 5 of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. Page. All right, especially this 5 of Pentacles. The effect of this connection onto Victoria's heart. 8. Of Wands. 9 of Wands. The effect of this connection. 5 of Wands. And Ten of Cups. Beautiful. All right. Not without its problems, as most relationships may be. Let's get into this. Let me have a little drink of my coffee real quick. Okay. 5 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, Nymph of Cups, which I believe is page. 8 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, 5 of Wands, 10 of Cups. Let's go across the top. So the 5 of Pentacles is speaking about this connection, like I said before, having the ability to make you feel like you have something versus something feeling like you have nothing. Like 5 of Pentacles speaks specifically of loss and scarcity and lack, and that was present in the previous part, in the beginning part, the first part. And I think it's important here because there's something, seems like something in this connection is super duper affecting your heart's fullness, you know, like your heart's ability to feel full. Maybe this person is, I don't want to get into what's going on in the situations, but you know, maybe this person is withholding. But anyway, the 5, excuse me, the 5, speaking of you putting a lot of your own worth and value and your ability to build in this connection, or at least like that's what your heart is getting from probably your mind. I would say, based on everything from before and now, your thoughts are possibly creating this like fear inside your heart that is, you know, trying to tell you, your thoughts and your fears specifically, the thoughts that are fear-based are trying to your lack-based, you know, self-limiting beliefs of your very own are possibly being triggered in this connection, and telling your heart that you aren't enough and that you don't have enough to give, or that you're not enough for this person. And the 8 fortifying it here for me. The 8th being about learning, you know, and I think that it just speaks to me of this connection being an opportunity for you to grow and learn in this department, like knowing that your worth is not based on any connection or any relationship or how anyone else perceives you. You know, this is not, you're not how someone else sees you. You are who you are, and that is what it is. And someone else's perspective is never going to be the exact same as another person's perspective. So every single person you're going to encounter in your life is going to be standing in a different pair of shoes and looking at the whole entire world and you very differently. So, you know, what is that one saying? Like, why do I always want to do sayings? I feel like my grandfather pops up in these readings. But unfortunately he remembered sayings and I can't. But I always want to say sayings, and maybe it is, he's around me all the time, but like, what was that? Well, see, I lost it trying to tell you what goes on in my silly brain. Oh, that was a good one if I could remember it. I'm sorry. Yeah, you are not what someone else's assessment of you is. And that goes throughout life. And that is something that you are being given by this relationship to understand and fully hold on to and learn. And that is, you know, it could be just all in all, this person's, you know, maybe at some point you have felt that this person doesn't, you know, feel you're enough, like you haven't felt worthy of them. But it's important for you to learn that your worthiness is not based in the success of any connection. You understand? Like, this is not about, you know, your heart is the purity and goodness and love in your heart is not measured by, you know, feeling spurred by any connection. Like, it's just the truth. Like, what you have in your heart is in your heart, and anyone else's, whether or not anyone wants it or wants it and then gives it back and then wants it again and then gives it back, or whatever's going on, like, it's important for you to learn and to understand that you have to invest in your own self-worth, and the ways that you can do that are for you to discover. I'm not going to tell you in a general how to invest in your own self-worth, because it varies, you know, to the individual. Just like I said, everyone's perspective is unique. Your self-worth is your own building, your own creation. Back to the spider, back to the energy of Capricorn and Leo, like your own building of your life and unfolding of your life in that way is completely yours. And people come through not to like affirm that we are what we are, but to teach us that we are, but what we need to see about what, you know, what we are, you know, what we know and what we might forget. Like, sometimes it hurts to be forced to remember who you are. I do go through that a lot. I'm gonna move on to this next column, and I have the Four of Wands, and you know, this speaks to me about, you know, I feel like there's a lot of that Cancer moon energy in this one, where, oh, but not only that, like the Leo, all of it really. Like the Four of Wands is that beautiful synchronicity, and that, you know, like having arrived at the thing. And like, so this connection could give you a feeling of, you know, really just being in where you needed to be and meeting the person you needed to meet, and really having high hopes and happy times and hopes for more of that. And then, oh wow, I just noticed it's Pentacles, Pentacles, Wands, Wands, Cups, Cups, and then this is a mix. And there's no air, considering all the air that was in the beginning, but whatever. It's so in the beginning, we don't need it here. Let's address the other stuff. So yeah, Four of Wands, especially fortified by this 9 here, tells me, again, like these are, Eight of Pentacles is really just you growing and understanding and being on your own path and learning about your worth and stuff here. And then this 9 is such a courageous, harnessing your power kind of card, and like, and stepping into your abilities and your power. So I think there's a message here that, you know, regardless of what this connection does, one thing it is giving you, or giving you an opportunity to understand, is that you have the power. If you don't give up, you have the power to go for all the things you want in life, and get aligned and stay aligned and be on your path and get where you need to be and attract what you need to attract. And you know, like I said, with the air in the first part, and these thoughts and fear-based ideas that kind of generate like chaos in you, this is an opportunity this connection affords you, is to come into your power and see the bigger picture and the future that you want, and get into your own alignment, you know, and your own synchronicity. And that will, in fact, like, keep the right people in, and hopefully the wrong people a little at bay. You know, if that's what you want. And when you, as you move along and have less time for bullshit. You know, I'm 50 years old, and I will say that something that comes with age, hopefully, at least for me it has, and a lot of my friends, is just the ability to just like not want bullshit anymore. And like, you know, when you step into your power and take ownership of your, you know, your moves and your actions, then you can be just in greater alignment with what it is that you're destined to be into. Okay, so Seven of Pentacles is you know, typically we're talking about growth and investment, and seeing things move along. And I think that, you know, that really ties into the Spider and the Cancer energy of this group, and that whole, like, you know, taking care of something and watching it grow, and the investing in like what is to come. And there's also a lot of mental energy I'm getting here with this as well. Like, it's thought, it's forethought, you know. And then Five of Wands speaks of being challenged here, like being challenged, and this connection maybe shining a light on what you may be being defensive about when it comes to being in a place of knowing where to put your energy. So if that makes any sense, like maybe if you hold too tightly, you know, to what you see, your vision and your one vision, you know, if you, and what you're building, and you know, what you aim to do, if you hold too tightly to that, it can inhibit your actual growth. Like, you gotta hold on with a graciousness to let certain things fall away, because although we in ways like design our own path, we craft it as we go, and we build that web, and we, you know, build and we create our lives in so many ways. There's just this element of not releasing some of the things that stand in the way there, you know. It seems to me that this connection may be bringing that up for you, that, you know, if you have like a defensiveness that stands in the way of you doing what you really want to do, and seeing things grow the way you really want to see them grow, check that out. You know, like, I think this connection it's possible that this connection may bring up, I think this is related to the Five of Pentacles as well, like bring up this, if you're on the defense because you're made to feel less in any way, it's interfering with your ability to grow and invest in the right places. And I'm not saying necessarily, this is certainly possible that you are holding on to a situation here or thinking of a situation, or this connection or relationship is holding you back and because it's making you feel less. That is absolutely an energy that I see here, but I don't want to suggest that that's for everyone. But I feel like at the very least, this connection brings up these sorts of issues, and that's what my question is about today, is what this connection's effect is in your heart and on your needs and your wants and your hopes and desires, you know. So like in your heart, so in your heart, you, I believe, want a happy life. I mean, who doesn't, right? But like, you want to see what you're meant to be. You want the best of what you're meant to be. You feel you have a destiny, and you feel that you have a lot to give and you have a lot of potential, right? So like, you feel those things, but this connection might be making you look at the ways you feel those things and whether or not this connection is adding to that ability, adding to you owning your strength and courage, adding to you wanting to learn, or if it's holding you back in some way, or if it's making you feel shitty. So then, you know, you figure that out, and it may vary from one day to the next, 1 month or 1 year, you know. If this is our nymphs pages, god damn it, with these changes of royals. You know, I forget from one use to the next sometimes. I've used this deck 100 times, but whatever. Nymph, I believe, is page close enough if not. I feel like this connection, this reminds me of the Cancer energy, of the Cancer moon energy that we have in this group. And it's like, it's this sweetness and it's this gentle loving, you know. And I think that that is something that this connection on the, you know, I just spoke of some pretty kind of harsh things, but I will say in this last column we have a Page of Cups and a Ten of Cups. And it's just, you know, I think there you have possibly felt a lot of potential for fulfillment here, and a lot of sweet energy with this person and within this connection. I think it's entirely possible that you have felt like, you know, this person came into your life to make you feel your best, make you feel just ultimately loved and stuff. And it's weird because for me, I mean, I don't know about anyone else, weird for me because I'm seeing like a contrast here, because Five of Pentacles and Ten of Cups are two very different feelings. So, you know, it's not that these are the ways that are being felt. It's just that as far as what this connection, the ways that it's affecting your heart is, I think that there's a possibility that this connection has shown you, at least momentarily, if not, you know, for realsies. I don't say things like that, but whatever. That this connection has shown you what sweetness should be, like whether it's from yourself or from someone else, like what you're giving or receiving. This sweetness element, this nurturing Cancer moon energy that I feel like this idea of how it should be, you know. Ten of Cups is the happy ending and the like dream come true, right? So like what I think this connection ultimately shows, whether it's this relationship or not, is what your ultimate relationship is. You know what I mean? Sometimes you learn through a situation with someone else what you don't want. So I just think that's present, like the ability to see what you want, maybe just attributes and of this person that you want to find in qualities you want to see in your person, and then also at the same time qualities you don't want to see in your person. I think that's fair. I think about weird science all the time and wish I could just take the best parts from different people and put them all together and create the perfect person. But I'm not perfect yet. I say yet because well, I don't think there is any perfect, but like, I'm just trying to get better, like a much, much, much better. And I think when I get better, I'll be able to do better by myself in my heart and with the people that I attract and the love that I give to. That's just whatever. I think that's relevant for you as well. Where are we? Oof, this was long. So listen, I'm gonna just go over here because I could keep going, but I think I said what I needed to say, and I'm gonna give you the same question I gave the last group, which is, you know, does this person even have the ability or potential ability to meet your needs? Does the other person in this connection with pink tourmaline number 2 even have the ability to meet their needs? We have 3 of Pentacles. It's a good sign. Do you even have the ability to meet 2's needs? Ooh. Meditation. What's 12? I don't remember all the numbers. 12 would be... Is it justice? 12. Oh, hangman. Okay. Sorry about that. And one more. Does this person have the ability to meet 2 pink tourmaline's needs? Temperance. Beautiful. Okay. So my answer for you in general is, you know, the energy of the other person in this connection that I'm mostly getting. It won't be for everyone, but for the bulk of what I'm getting here, I would say the answer is yes. The ability and the potential is there for this person to meet your needs. 3 of Pentacles, speaking of you working well together, but also this requiring some work. I could see that through the other cards, if you couldn't tell. I think it's going to take work on yourself. I don't know about them, but I sense you have some worthiness and esteem issues and defensiveness issues that might need to be addressed. And is anybody more defensive than a spider? Have you ever watched a spider when you get too close? It's like totally like, you know, it's like that. You're like that. No, I'm not. I love them. I'm kidding. Anyway, I'm going crazy. And then, so what did I say? Oh, hangman. You'd think I would remember the numbers. I think I'm possessed right now by somebody else. Whatever. I like that they made it meditation, because that's a beautiful thing. I've seen a couple of movies recently where they use tarot and they put the hangman in as this like, oh no, like a hanging, you know. It's really irritating to me. But the hangman is not like always so bad or negative. In fact, I'm not sure it's negative at all unless you're just impatient. I think it just really has to do with a lot of perspective shift and slowing down. So this person's ability to meet your needs may involve a pause. It may involve a lot of meditating, contemplating, and reflection. And it's going to certainly involve like a shift in the way they're seeing you, which may have to be through a way you are showing yourself and being yourself. More than that, more importantly, being yourself. Like if you have these worthiness and defensiveness issues, if those are things that are true for you and your situation, if you can work on yourself, like I said, you will attract better connective energy, you know, like whether it's, you know, in people and things in life, you know, it's situations in life as well. And temperance, speaking ultimately to me of a really beautiful healing potential and a universe sanctioned, shall we say, connection. Like, yes, this person does have the ability to have a very healing effect on you and to meet your needs in a beautiful way, in a way that promotes healing, in a way, if healing is what you need, even if that's all you take from it, that is meeting your needs, right? Whether you want to see it that way or not. So yeah, I know that was really fast there at the end. I'm just trying to keep them all realistic because I have things to do. So all right, there you go. There you have it. Looks like a little bit of a complicated connection that stirs a lot of issues in you that I spoke of specifically, and you know if they're yours or not, if they're true. And it looks to me like you're really sweet and giving, and really interested in building your best life. So I wish you the absolute best, and I hope I see you again. Thank you. Hi to group 3. You have the Angel Aura Quartz geode thingy. And you may have a moon in Libra, what was I gonna say? Gemini, Taurus, or Pisces. And you have the rose, octopus, and shark. All right, let's talk about this energy. We're looking at the ways that the connection that you're you know, thinking of or dealing with or whatever, the ways that may be affecting your heart, you know, your needs, wants, emotional fulfillment, desires, etc. The Libra in the moon talks about really needing to relate to somebody, needing to feel understood, needing to feel you understand them, like a mental connection that is mutual. And I would say that that really is also not too far away from the energy of a moon in Gemini, which is this need for good communication, for communication that is flowing and understandable, or accessible, you know, probably also a need for communication that is not so fixed that it cannot change, you know what I mean? Like something, I would say, needing communication to be able to how do I say this? Like, I would say Gemini moon energy is needing communication that can, I don't want to say mold, but they can move to fit, like, sort of, you know, like move to work, like do the work, like that it's wise enough communication, it's witty and clever enough communication that it can reach you. And that's not too far off from what I was saying here, but like it's a, you know, the Libra energy, I would say, is more like needing that mutual kind of relating and understanding of each other. And then the Gemini is more kind of like being able to really communicate with in a versatile ways, even within one connection. And then Taurus moon energy, Taurus craves stability. So there's like this feeling of like a deep need for security and stability, and things to be reliable, dependable, and loyal, you know. And I would say Pisces moon energy is about the need for acceptance, like feeling secure in being accepted as you are, and in giving your own accepting people as they are. Like that's something that is like a heart value of Pisces energy, I would say. Rose card speaks of strength and protection and power. The rose, you know, is one of the most strong symbols of love, and probably other things too, but of beauty as well. And I think that here, as a question around what was the question? their effect on your heart. And then the other one was going to be what you're learning. Okay, these are what you're learning. I would say the rose effect is that this connection may be offering you a sense of where to derive strength and protection, where to find power within your love and your ability to love, and in yourself as you look at yourself and the ways you react in this connection. You know, out of balance, I would say this connection also has a potential to make you a little dangerous. Out of balance, this, you know, maybe just to yourself even. You know, we think of the thorns in the rose, and you know, you can be reaching for that beauty and really wanting the best of it, and at the same time get yourself hurt, or give someone else your beauty with its thorns and hurt them. Like, there's just this feeling of this connection having the power to be beautiful and symbolic and really fulfilling in your heart, of giving and receiving, and of especially giving and receiving all of these things we talked about up here: the stability, the acceptance, the good communication and relatability, but also the power to dare I say, like, feel the wrath, you know, of your own self, of your own needs in that way. Octopus, speaking of regeneration in this deck, and it's so that, you know, we're talking about change and adaptability, and being able to become more flexible, which is, you know, these are going to be gifts, you know, that you may be learning to give you growth and learning in your heart. So I mean, even a lot of what I get from the octopus is really in contrast even to, for example, Taurus moon, which is like kind of and it's more I don't want to say negative, but in it's less appetizing representations can be very stuck. We'll just say that. But like, octopus is about giving you the adaptability and the ability to what's going on around you, but the ability to regenerate from it, like to realize that you can be more flexible, and you can be resilient, and that your creativity does not depend upon another person's reliability or stability. So, you know, through this connection, you can learn about if you are, you know, you're not broken, you know, you may feel like, if you think regeneration is literally, I believe they're talking about, like, I think it's like with an octopus, if a part of a tentacle gets cut, maybe it grows back. I know that's like with certain lizard tails and things like that. They're talking about, like, if you are a little broken by the connection or whatever, or anything else in life, this connection is helping to show you that you can come back. You can, you're not completely lost. You're not completely damaged. And that goes with the rose too. Like, we're talking about the, you know, the thorniness of, you know, that could come up in a connection like this, and the, you know, some of the bloodshed or pain that could come up, not necessarily literally, but then, you know, beside this, the octopus saying, look, you know, you're resilient, you can change, you don't have to be stuck in how you think it should be, or how you feel it should be, or what it is you want can change as well. What it is you need will change. And then the shark is, you know, the shark, a lot of people assign shark to fear, you know, like creating fear and like this misunderstood thing. So like, there's a feeling here that the shark gives to this connection that is like, you have to be very careful of how you you move through this, and how you move through everything, so that people, you know, back up here to this Libra's relatability and the Pisces acceptance, like you know, if those things were out of balance or out of whack, or if those elements were presenting in your heart in a reverse kind of way, then, you know, that's what the shark is speaking about. Like the lesson here to learn to, you know, just take care of yourself, and B, like, let others be, and C, accept things as they are and how they truly are, how they authentically are, not just necessarily like how they're reputed to be. You know, like a shark is not all bad, and there's, you know, they're just really just living their lives, and like they're massively intense because, you know, they've got all those teeth, and they're pretty badass. But like, you know, the real beauty of a shark is that, you know, they keep going, they keep doing their thing, and they keep they have a real strong sense of survival, like most animals, and they're just doing their thing. They're not really out to like get everybody else. So like, I feel like this connection should be shining a light on your ability to just keep moving forward, keep going. Be careful, you know, what you're how you perceive everyone else, and you know, don't make assumptions, don't make a lot of judgment, just let things be. And also to breathe. You know, the part of the reason, well, the reason that sharks keep moving is because they have to keep circulating water through their gills, so they have to keep moving. So it's just really just like breathe, keep breathing. You know, this connection should be teaching you that you can keep going, and that you are you have a regenerative, resilient quality, and you have a lot of beauty. And there's also just in your intensity a fair amount of danger for yourself and danger for others, with misunderstandings, miscommunications, and the inability to accept, I would say. I'm going to go ahead into tarot. I hope that wasn't too insane. Who do we have here? Water, earth, air. Yeah, that explains it. There's a little, 2 airs. And then there's all this water. A lot of air and water. That always trips me up. All right. Give these a little bit of a clearing shuffle. And what I'm going to do is get all your cards and then talk to you about it, because I was telling group 1, I think I failed to get into it with 2, but I just, a lot of times when I'm shuffling, pulling cards, I feel obligated to speak. I've talked about this before because this is a video and I feel like I'm supposed to talk. Sometimes I feel compelled and ready to speak. But either way, just know that when I'm quiet, which is how I'm doing this, I will be having internal conversation with Spirit Realm. That's fine. Got your Naked Heart Tarot. Oh, you know what I just realized? Naked Heart Tarot has a beautiful, the cups are all water, and they're all water animals, and they're really beautiful. I love them a lot. And I just thought about the octopus and the shark. Wow. You really do. And you got Pisces energy in here. So Pisces energy, octopus, shark. Are you a little mushy? Sorry, I don't mean that. I don't mean it in a bad way. I just mean this one might be more emotionally based, emotionally driven. This connection might have a lot of emotional energy, whereas the last one had a shitload of mental energy. It was a lot of air. Okay. 3. This connection's effect on your heart and your All right. I think it's all in. All right. Get a little coffee, a little water. Strength, Four of Swords, Two of Wands, the universe. Fortified by King of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, Three of Pentacles, High Priestess. All right. So the first thing I thought about was, or that occurred to me, was that you have the Strength card coming out first. And it reminded me a lot of the first part of the reading. It reminded me of the Rose being about strength. And it reminded me of the Octopus being about resilience and regeneration. And it reminded me of the Shark, to keep going, the perseverance. So I think there's definitely an element in this connection that gives to your heart in a way that helps you strengthen your how should we say, like, I think it strengthens your heart. I think this connection has the ability and the energy to help you find courage, help you find glimpses of the things that will make you happy, glimpses of source in your life that may even be lacking at some given time. The King of Pentacles beneath strength really tells me and really kind of verifies that this connection has a lot of power in showing you power. Maybe the person that you're thinking of, the other person here, is someone who you see as an ideal, as an ideal match, an ideal partner, someone you could really build with. And, that might be inspiring you to be your strongest. And, I'm sorry, I just heard my phone, but I don't know where it is. Oh, I just have to make sure it's not child related. Okay. I really apologize for that. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, this could be a connection with a person who inspires you to gather your strength, to gather your courage, to keep moving. You may find yourself through this connection in a position where you need to do those things, and you seek inner protection around your own heart for some of the possibly overly emotional stuff or the vulnerable stuff that comes up for you. I hope that makes sense. I find it interesting here that we have roses with this King of Pentacles as well, because you had the rose. And I don't, part of me is like, if I watch tarot readings and I see a lot of like talk about the imagery, I'm just like, what? But I get it, because it's true. Like, this is the deck you chose. This is the deck I chose, and then you chose, and these are the cards that came, and they both have roses, and it's about strength. And I, when I see echoes, I don't think it's accidental. That's how I believe. And so yeah, I feel like for you here, there's oh shit. Oh, you guys. Oh my God. Hold on. Oh, wow. That's terrifying. My candle just broke this glass and I'm afraid to move it. Shit. Wow. I've had this holder a long time and now it's broken. Wow. That's intense. Never had that happen, like, that I can think of. Okay. Is someone defensive? Goodness, I just got chills. Okay. All right. I'm trying to keep a lot of the thoughts I'm having to myself because they're not relative in a collective, but I have some ideas about that just happened. Oh my god, it's more for me than you. Okay, I'm very sorry. So yes, this connection, giving you an opportunity to build your strength around your and protection around your heart, and giving you the gift of understanding your own, you know, your power and your strength, and being inspired enough by this person to see it and utilize it and want it. Okay. Four of Swords is, you know, our rest and contemplation timeout card. And so for you, this connection may be giving your heart and your needs and your security a place worthy of taking pause, taking rest, and really thinking about where you are, thinking about what you're doing, thinking about what you want, thinking about what you need. With the Eight of Swords here, I sense that there's the potential that this connection may have actually triggered some deeper kind of like worries and exhaustion. This connection may have caused you to do so much sort of like thinking about I want to say like lapses in the initial zodiac energies we were getting, like lack of being able to relate, or lack of being able to communicate what you need to communicate, or lack of being able to find stability in your own self and your own thoughts, or lack of accepting, you know, someone or some things as they are. Like you may have been triggered into those sorts of worries and concerns and kind of exhausted by it, into a space of really having to think about it and really having to it's almost like a forced timeout. Like it's almost like this person may have really caused, the connection with this person may have really caused your sense of your need to really reflect and really kind of get a grip on yourself, you know, and really kind of just like step back and assess, because there's possibly an awareness on your part that this connection has made you feel like there's only so much you can do, and it may have made you sort of feel another rose. It's funny how long it takes me to see things sometimes. Rose. Wow. And this one's really bound up, you know, because that's what the Eight of Swords is. It's being in this like self-imposed mind trap that you've created for yourself, like this sort of like mental tornado that you put yourself in. And you know, sometimes those are necessary too, but it can be a little uncomfortable. It can be very uncomfortable. Eight of Swords is shitty uncomfortable, actually. It's like you feel trapped and stuck, and you just want, it's like, I want peace, and then you're like forced to find peace, which is Four of Swords, like really shutting down and kind of like finding that peace. This is crazy to me. I mean, when I say crazy, I mean so many things. All right, so more about this energy affecting your heart. Two of Wands, speaking about like knowing what you want and knowing what to do, and like not knowing what to do, but kind of knowing what you want. Like this weird, it's a little bit, it can be undecided, like how to do it, and yet at the same time, like, kind of really getting a glimpse with that crystal ball there of what to do, you know? Like, it gives me the idea that this connection has given your heart kind of a reason to assess how you're gonna move through this. Like, and when I say this, I mean life. Like are you gonna be the shark and like keep going forward and like you know, breathe and take care of yourself, you know, and maybe work toward this connection? Or are you going to, you know, do something else? Like, I think that with the Three of Pentacles here beneath it, it has to do with seeing that, you know, working together is beneficial for figuring out what to do. Like, in knowing what you want, you can decide to, Ace of Wands, go for it. But in Three of Pentacles, you can it might require some collaboration for you to really feel like you know what it is that you what you want to do. Which this Three of Pentacles with the Two of Wands is giving me that what I was talking about with that Libra and Gemini energy and Gemini energy. Wow, words are funny today. Because those were, I was talking about, those had a lot to do with like this mutual relatability and this like good communication that you feel a need for, right? And I think there's also this need for knowing what you want and knowing how to get it. And there's something about this connection, the energy of this connection, really kind of showing your heart the way. The energy of this connection really showing you how to come into your strength and, you know, find your way out of these sort of more broken situations. What was that one? Oh, that was the octopus, the regenerative stuff. Yeah, like this is the, you know, the energy of this connection, especially right here with this Two of Wands and Three of Pentacles, is you know, giving you an insight into how to get out of your own mind traps and find courage and strength to go after what it is you want when you know what it is you want. These two talk about figuring out what you want, and these are talking about the strength to get it. Let's go over here to the universe, which is the world, and the High Priestess. This connection, oh, I forgot to do bottom deck. We'll do that in a sec. This connection is, in many ways, everything you want. It is everything you want to work for, and is a good accumulation in the energy of the connection that can make you feel whole and complete. Like, it's all the work, all seeing the reward and the goal and the wholeness of all the work that it takes to get there. And then with the High Priestess, this is beautiful. This is like this connection really awakening your ability to see that. This connection really lending to you this motivation and this knowingness that of what all that is, what everything is, what it is that you want to do, how, you know, how to find your strength. Because I see the King of Pentacles and the High Priestess here, I would be inclined to say that the other person in this connection is to you someone who is very stable and seems very grounded, and at the same time very wise and intuitive, you know, like buffalo, bison being a beautiful connector from the earth to the sky, to the heavens. Like the bison is solid and standing on the ground, and at the same, and it's also Taurus energy in the bison. The solid, standing on the ground, horns pointed up, and just real kind of like God energy. And I don't mean that your person's a God. I just mean that like there's a connectedness between the ground and the heavens in this particular, in a bison. And I see that in your person as a King of Pentacles ideal kind of counterpart in your mind. And then to also say that this person has High Priestess energy is because there's that connectedness between like the realm and reality, just as this is the earth and the heavens. Like heavens, I don't even say that either. So I've been saying a lot of things today in the readings that I don't say, which is very interesting. I felt a lot of weird presence today. I felt like a lot of different influences today. I feel very open. It can be good or bad. Hopefully nothing weird ever happens on camera. I can't handle that. But, okay. So, yeah. I feel like I've been all over the place with this one. Like, you really got a mess. And I hope you understand everything that I've been saying. It's hard to get it all out. Yeah, so let me just... finding strength, contemplating, figuring out what you want, getting glimpses of how to get the strength, getting glimpses of how to regenerate, getting glimpses of how to get out of your own mind traps, getting glimpses of what is your ideal counterpart and mate situation, getting a connectedness to your own intuition, getting an idea of what it is that would make your life complete and make you feel like everything you're working for. And I don't mean necessarily in a person. This is like, this is, you know, when I say feeling complete, feeling whole, I'm not talking about another person making you whole. I don't believe that's how it works ever. I think that this person, this connection can inspire you to find your own personal wholeness, you know? So that could be completely away from this person. It's just the inspiration there. It's just the delivery of the messages that come as well. And maybe they are, maybe they're not. It's either way. It's just the beauty of your heart being shown through this connection, you know, what it is, what it's all about, what it is you want, and how to become your strongest, most courageous self who keeps breathing and is beautiful and thorny. Okay. And then the bottom deck, was the Ace of Cups. So bottom deck energy, Ace of Cups, with no less, did I not tell you, that there were beautiful sea creatures all throughout. Let me turn this over. Octopus was your Untamed Elemental card. And we have an octopus holding this Ace of Cups. Your reading is full of sync. And I love that when that happens. Ace of Cups as the bottom deck energy for you is just really, as far as the energy of this connection and your heart, I believe this has been an absolute initiator and initiation to source of an abundance of love, a totally passionate beginning on the next piece of your self-discovery. How's that? All right, so I'm going to give you the same cards, or, you know, question and 3 cards for my next question, which is whether or not this person even has the ability to meet your needs. This is about potential and ability of this connection to realistically meet your needs. This is going to vary. I already get a feeling like for some of you, it can, and for some of you, it ultimately isn't here for that, because you have big learning stuff in yours. I mean, all of the readings have had learning stuff. The last one had a bit more pain. This one, this one has big lessons about becoming your own truest self. And I just feel that for some of you, it is someone that has the ability to be, to meet your needs. And for some of you, this is not about that. It's just not about that. So Angel Aura 3. Does this person have the ability or the potential to meet Angel Aura 3's real needs? Ace of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. And the Tower. Okay. Okay. So this just confirmed what I just said in my mind. Ace of Pentacles, yes. Yes, for some of you, this is a person who can help you actualize the next part of the next chapter of your life, the next story, the next upgrade, you know, and Ace of Wands, like the absolute inspiration to do that. This person can provide either way. This person can provide the inspiration to do that. But yes, for some of you, this person can meet your needs in a real life situation. And the Tower, speaking to me about what I just told you before we got these cards, is for some of you, it's just not about that. It's just not about that at all. It's just about this person, this connection, the energy of this connection being something that really just gives you an awakening and a radical shift in perspective, that really just might even not be comfortable with this Eight of Swords and some of these other guys, the thorns on the rose, and some of the sharp qualities. This may not be at all, you know, for everyone, someone or a connection that should itself regenerate, you know, like that it's more about, you know, giving your heart an awareness of its own regenerative qualities. There's a real importance in this one, that is really just here to shift your point of view and to shake things up a bit, you know, and to get you awakened to your calling and your destiny, your purpose, and that which will ultimately fulfill you, to find your courage and to find your way out of your mind traps, and to figure out how to take care of your own needs, and to keep going, like the shark said, and to breathe, like the shark said, and to be flexible, like the octopus said. But yes, for some of you, I mean, there's two aces here, Wands and Pentacles. That's earth and fire. That's pretty magic. I think either way, this one goes for either. The Ace of Wands is the inspiration, and it's the fire, and it's the passion, and the go attitude. You know, like either go toward this being, you know, a grounded connection that is actualized in your reality, in your life, or the inspiration to go toward this ultimate and sometimes not always comfortable upheaval and new look at everything, you know. So I hope that is somehow giving you something. I hope that is somehow helping you look at like what you're getting from the connection on your mind, like what it's doing, the effects it's having on your heart, what it's doing. I don't think any of the readings are meant to be like, oh, it's just all great and everything feels good and is good. Every single reading, there's multiplicity, you know, like there are going to be aspects of a connection that bring out or highlight or trigger like things that are not comfortable and things that we have to work on. And there are going to be aspects that are inspirational and you know, if you care about them enough to think about them and watch a tarot reading about them, then, you know, there's also like something in that energy that is doing something for your heart. Or maybe there have been moments that, you know, where there was a hope or love and care, or maybe there still is, you know. So there's a lot of variety around possibilities, and I just want to say every reading had its light and shade, and I think it's really cool. This reading was full of really cool synchronicities. Like I said, we had your octopus on the Ace of Cups card and your octopus card, and we had your rose recurring here. And you know, maybe there was more I didn't even catch, but I think that's pretty cool. And yeah, as much water as there was in this beginning with the wasn't it water that we were talking about? Pisces, shark, and octopus, right? And then, you know, as much as that was, we did have the bottom deck Ace of Cups. Otherwise, there are no cups here. High Priestess is water, but, you know, I feel that, you know, a final word on that, the elemental part, is that the energy of this connection is probably presents emotionally and brings up all of this mental and especially manifestation stuff. Like there's a lot of manifestation here because Wands and Pentacles to me are, you know, Earth and Fire is Wands and Pentacles here and throughout the reading. Pentacles, Wands, Earth and Fire is very magician-like and manifestation-like in my mind. So yeah, like I think that these two here really say that, you know, that this is a connection that is about helping you create your own everything. With or without a person, but the energy itself is inspiring for that. Okay? All right. I hope you got something from this. Feel free to let me know, and see you next time.